welcome to Open Mic at Open Animation. I'm your host Ryan, and this is episode 2, featuring House of Story leader, comic artist, and frog enthusiast Yooci.
Hello.
Just for some clarity, Yooci is from Open Animation White, the sister server of Open Animation Orange, for all you orange and white listeners. So, we got a little bit of a crossover episode happening right here.
Go White Server.
Okay, so let's start off with the first question. So,
Yeah.
when did you start drawing? And what do you think got you to draw?
Um, I am one of those people who have been drawing since forever, I guess. Um, I can't really think of a very specific point where I was just like, oh, I want to draw. It's just something that I don't know, I've always been doing. But the thing that really got me into drawing was, I guess, Pokemon. Um, it's pretty embarrassing, but
Pokemon.
you know, yeah, I just loved it as a child. I was pretty obsessed with it. Um, I would draw the characters and the designs and just I don't know, just seeing it made me want to create my own like characters and worlds. I was just, I guess, really charmed by how you can create a story. Um, really like the Pokemon world. Yeah, I think that's basically what really got me into that. Um, I guess there are like there were other stuff, but it's the first thing that really comes to mind for me. Yeah.
Okay, so was there like a certain age that you started?
Um, I do remember like drawing being 4. Um, I would always draw. Like I would just uh stay at home, draw all the time. It's not really something that really happened during a certain point in my life. I don't know. Yeah.
Started drawing at
Um
4.
yeah.
Wow. Is there um was there like at a point in your life where you like thought like, maybe I want to like try to go all in with this, like try to seriously start at like at a
Yeah.
certain age?
hmm I think again, it was pretty early, but I think around 4th grade I would really browse YouTube, there was maybe he's still making videos, so shout out to Mark really
Shout out to Mark
for
Creeley.
making for making how to draw manga videos. Um I think when I saw that and I got to see like all of these people drawing, I was like, yes, I want to be as good as them. For me, it was like impossible, but I decided I am trying to look for tutorials and stuff like that, which was kind of difficult because I didn't really know a lot of English. But I guess you just mostly have to observe. Um, so it doesn't really matter. Um, yeah. So I think that was the point where I was like, yes, I want to be an artist.
Wait, like in the 4th grade?
Um, yeah.
Wow, okay. Well, I did that like in high school, so you're kind of ahead of the
Oh,
curve here. you, you beat me to it.
yeah. No, I was always enjoying like I wasn't sure if I want like being a younger kid like around elementary school, I wasn't sure if I want to be like a writer or an artist or whatever. And then I discovered that comics um are kind of a combination of both. Also animation. Um I think like specifically animation, I was really fascinated by it after watching House Moving Castle. I didn't know it was by Studio Ghibli. I didn't know anything about it. It was just on during a pajama party I was attending. Everyone fell asleep, and I was just watching it like the entire movie. I thought it was super weird and super awesome. And I just couldn't stop thinking about it. Yeah, I think it really inspired me. That was around that age, I think, maybe when I was like 8. Um, so yeah, thinking about that, maybe it's also like really something that made me want to make art. Like, I don't know. I think,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay, so through your, you know what I'd say, your lifelong art journey, do, where do you feel like you've improved, or like, do you see a lot of improvement in what you make?
Um, I think when I started drawing in sketchbooks was really when I saw myself improve because I really started drawing every day. So this was around like I have several points where I was like, oh, improvement. Um, but mostly I think the biggest point was just deciding to start drawing in my sketchbook. So I currently have around 40 uh
40,
sketchbooks.
and they're all
Yeah.
filled.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that, you know, it's actually quite impressive. I filled about for my time. I filled about like 4 or 3 of them.
That's valid.
I
I
know,
mean,
but
yeah.
40? Wow.
And I would just do that instead of listening in class.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Don't be like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be like me. Listen in class, kids. Um, but yeah, I think that that habit really made me improve because I just started drawing every day. Even if it wasn't good, um, you always reach a certain point in your sketchbook where you're having some sort of a breakdown or that what am I doing with this sketchbook? Like, what is this? I'm just drawing profiles over and over until like something happens. Um, something you discover maybe a new material or maybe like a new I don't know technique. Um, and then uh, you're just improving. That just means you're improving because you realize that you're repeating the same thing over and over, but you're kind of reinventing yourself every time, um, which is what I think is like, I don't know, it's really fun, and a pretty good way to improve. I think for me, it was pretty effective. Um, and it's also like a way to, I don't know, record your art journey. It sounds kind of cheesy, but you can just open up your old sketchbooks and just look where you have been um, years ago and where you are now. And sometimes you even see something that you forgot about, and you're like, "Oh, that was cool. Maybe I should do that again." But like from a different approach or whatever. Um, so yeah, I think it's really fun.
Yeah, I think that's really
um,
good advice though, to keep old sketchbooks.
yeah,
Not only to like just see like how you could like reinvent things or restyle them, but also to like for yourself, like to see your progress as an artist. Because I have I have sketchbooks from my freshman year of high school, and
hmm
like believe me, they are terrible. It's like,
same.
yeah, it's like what was I drawing back then? But I look back at it now, and then it helps you realize that like I am improving, I am getting better with time,
Yeah,
and if I keep on going, I'll just get even more better. So yeah, I think
yeah,
that's a really good thing to do. Just keep your old sketchbooks, people. They're good for you.
yeah, yeah. I am a bit fake about this because like I really struggle at looking at my old sketchbooks.
Really?
But yeah,
Well,
because
I mean, there's like 40 of
it's
them.
like like yeah, if you go through the more recent one, it's more difficult. But I think the more time passes, looking at you being 14 and like drawing, I don't know, anime, like emo, god, I don't know, this kind of stuff, and you're being less judgmental, or like you just, yeah, that's cool. I was drawing what I was drawing back then. Now I'm drawing something else. Um, yeah, I think maybe looking at your most previous ones are more is more difficult because you don't have enough space between you and the like you can't help but cringe. I don't know. It's just me, maybe.
Yeah, so
Um,
you gotta cringe at old art. You gotta cringe at old art
yeah,
sometimes. Sorry about that.
yeah, you gotta.
You know,
No
I think
worries.
all great artists have had that drawing anime phase.
Yeah,
Like,
there's nothing wrong about drawing anime. A
yeah, I
disclaimer
know.
here. I'm not saying that. Just like,
Oh, no,
yeah,
no, 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 no.
it's an awesome way to learn. Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I just, I never had that. I kind of wish I
Really?
did. Yeah, like maybe
Did
if I
did you
drew
start
anime
with the
back then, I'll be better.
fundamentals?
The fun? No,
Oh,
I just drew
I don't
stuff.
think so. Like, I don't know. What did you draw?
Like, I don't know, a bunch of
Oh, weird.
just weird random stuff. I don't know. I'd have to get my sketchbook and and show you, but
Yeah.
okay, since we're on the topic of teaching and sketchbooks, you teach a class in the white server, right?
Yeah, it's more of a workshop, but
Oh,
it's a sketchbook workshop. Hmm.
ooh, would you like to
Uh,
talk about it?
yeah, I would. Yeah. It's it's weekly. We're looking at different approaches to sketchbooks, and how you can use them for various ways. So far we've had 3 sessions, which were all really great, and I'm really glad that people came. I was really surprised and like happy to see people, I don't know, just being interested in that. Um,
Are you kidding?
it's
A
also been
class taught
like,
by Yooci? I'd be there in a heartbeat, and so should everybody listening here.
oh, thanks. Yeah. It's really fun, like seeing everyone's different, I don't know, perspectives, because you can give a prompt, but everyone does different things. Like everyone has a different way of using their sketchbook in the first place. So that's what I'm kind of trying to explore myself, like even like in during making these ideas for these classes, I go through a lot of different artists. It's kind of also a reminder for me to try different things, because sometimes everyone kind of gets stuck in their autopilot drawing state. Um, yeah, so like for example, we did one session where it was like thinking about um, your sketchbook as a visual journal. We were, for example, the prompt for that one was like looking for forgotten cards, receipts, receipts. Is that how you say that word? I think so.
You
English,
said it
sorry.
perfectly.
Okay, receipts in your bag, or yeah. Um, then everyone typed it in their sketchbooks and tried to remember what happened in a day where they got that. For example, I found like an old movie ticket. So suddenly you remember the stories that happened in your life. Um, and you can kind of use that for illustration or comics. Just, think it's really cool. It's a really great way to experiment, um, like a safe space to experiment your sketchbook, really. Um, yeah, join the club. It's awesome.
Wait, that's
We're
actually
having
like a
fun.
oh, that's good. It's interesting that it's like like you said, like for was like, did you do that prompt today? The
Oh,
visual
no,
journal, or was that the first day?
no, yeah, that was the first time. Today we did, um, it was called Drawing the World. We were seeing how like sketchbooks can be mobile, and how you can, like, for example, use your surroundings to um whew, English. Use your surroundings to, draw in the sketchbooks. For example, like trace shadows, use the shadows as the base for art, or maybe complete your um oof, surroundings differently. I don't know how to phrase that. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's
But
fine.
yeah, I promise it makes sense when you when you see the prompt.
So you tell them to
You
go to
will
your class. It'll make sense when you
yeah,
go.
if you go to my class, you can hear me ramble in real time. So, yeah,
Hey, you get this
it's worth it.
live.
You will get this live plus a lot of awful jokes and awful memes. You should come. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I was talking about the visual journal for a sketchbook. I think that's a good
Hmm.
idea too. It's kind of like because like you said, like a sketchbook is it's yours, so you can express what
Yeah.
you want or how you're feeling.
That,
And yeah, I
yeah.
actually did something similar to that. I think
Hmm.
my last year of high school, where I would just like instead of like a like a sketchbook where I draw like dumb stuff, it was like I was keeping it more as a journal for myself.
Yeah. I think that's awesome. It's like really really good to let out your feelings, figure out what's going on in your life. Um, I think our life make up a pretty good story. Like if you know how to present it, everything that happens around you can be something interesting. And the cool thing about sketchbooks is that it's your, like you said, it's yours. Nothing is boring because it's your space. You can do whatever you want. No one's there to tell you what's right, what's wrong. You can just, you just do whatever. Um, yeah.
Okay. So for my next question here, sorry about that. What are your goals
Hmm.
as an artist, as a person? What do you hope to accomplish?
Uh, that's a big question.
Yeah, it's pretty deep here.
Um,
We're getting a little deep here.
it's getting deep. It's getting deep. I will try my best. Um, I think my biggest goal is to just create something that people would be like, "Hey, have you seen that? I don't know, Frog Adventure show?
Frog
Oh my God, it's
Adventures.
so awesome!" No, I'm not actually planning on like creating Frog Adventures or something like that, but I'm just giving that as an
Why
example.
not?
Like creating something that I
I'm just playing.
I mean, you're right. I should do that.
Yeah, let's
But
go.
yeah,
All in.
like yeah. My point is like I want to do something that will make people really excited and like connect with each other, like because I think that when two people are into a good story and they share it with each other, that it makes them connect because they not only connect to the story itself, they also like connect to each other. And I think that's really great. I want to do something like that. It's like I think that's the broadest goal I can come up with. Um, but being more like realistic, I think I would love to be just creating stories, maybe storyboards, maybe comics. I'm not really sure, but maybe both. I don't know. Um, just something that will make people connect and I don't know, feel like they can emphasize that that's about it art wise, I guess. Yeah.
Speaking of doing both, you do a webcomic, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
I am doing a webcomic. Yeah.
Cardboard Home.
Yes, that is the name. It was
Do tell. Do tell.
actually yeah, it's my first time doing a webcomic. I've been sitting on this for a few years, like about 3 years, where I was like, yes, I have these characters, I have this concept. But I always came up with reasons why I shouldn't do it. Like my art is not good enough, or I don't have enough story figured out. All of these reasons. Um, I got a lot of help from my friends, as the Beatles say. Just kidding. Uh, and they were just encouraging me to do that, and I just decided to make it both learning experience and both like just I need to get the story out of me before it's too late, because like sometimes there is a certain type of story that you want to tell in your of life. Um, I was coming up with this story. Um, at first, it was just like, oh, I want to tell a story about people finding their place in the world, people feeling like they don't really belong, and like through maybe their connection, which is not perfect, but it's interesting and making them both grow. They kind of find that place. But me being myself, of course, I had to make it complicated and make it sci-fi and
make
near future setting.
make it more complicated than it already is.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, it's I just like world building, and I got into the black hole of world building. Um, but it's a lot of fun to create, and I'm really glad to finally share like those characters and ideas with other people. Um, oh, I didn't really explain what the comic is about. It's like,
Oh no, no, that's fine.
um,
It's important to understand, like,
yeah,
we're like where you're coming from with the comic, or like why you even started it in the first place.
yeah, yeah. So basically, it's a fictional country in the near future, where climate change is getting even worse, and the country is deciding to handle not having resources um, by starting a I forgot the word in English, rationing system. So they're like coupons, no money. So obviously there's a black market um, caused by it. And the story revolves around someone who's moving to a new city in that fictional country, and is kind of slowly getting dragged into that uh, uh, illegal stuff. Um,
Illegal
all
stuff.
the Yeah, like black market stuff. Like not like
Breaking
it's
the
nothing
law
too
here.
dark. It's just like yeah, just breaking the law, but the law makes no sense. So, it's interesting. Like it's not a criminal. It's just like trying his best for trying to help his family, trying to, you know. So he's just teaming up with this pretty sketchy girl. Um she has her own stuff going on. Um, I didn't actually get to the point where they're actually teaming up yet in the comic. um, I will get to it eventually. I hope. It's kind of blowing out of proportions, but I will do my best to tell as much of it as I can. Yeah.
So I looked at your Q&A for the webcomic, and you show yourself as a
Oh,
frog. Yeah, so I was like, oh, yeah,
that's my persona.
yeah, she is a frog enthusiast after all. And then I know,
I am. I sure am.
yeah, so I know
Right.
climate change is a big thing, and your comic has, you know, I hate to say it, but it's scarily real. It's like Jesus. What if this really does happen? Maybe Yushi was right. Yushi was right.
Yeah, it's something that I think about a lot. I think it affects a lot of people. Um, yeah. I don't really mean to scare anyone by this. I just mean to, I don't know, show the what's gonna happen because I really do believe that our time is running out. Um, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
we need to be aware of that. We are getting the climate change. Climate change
Everybody start
spread.
start rationing. Get your coupons
Yeah.
ready.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Right.
Get your
So
coupons ready.
I wanted to ask if you had any like specific challenges besides the ones you've already mentioned when creating these webcomics.
Yeah. Um, I am, as I said, it's my first webcomic, so I have no experience of how, I didn't know how long does it take for me to complete like a page, or not really a page because it's a scroll format English. Um, I didn't know how long it would take for me. I didn't really estimate the time it takes. Um, I basically went into this having a basic skeleton for plots, a lot of drabbles I wrote. Um, I think the main problem, the main struggle for me is not planning enough updates ahead. I have a pretty busy schedule, and I don't always have time to draw, and I sometimes like find myself running out of time, and I'm like, oh no, I have to post this update in 2 weeks, um, and it's not ready yet. So my advice for people starting a comic, um, please make as many chapters as you can in advance. Don't be like me.
Yeah, we don't want to be drawing
Um,
these the day of, you know. That's not it's not good
yeah,
for you.
exactly. I learned that the hard way. Yeah, I'm actually going on hiatus. I don't know how to say that in English, but um,
That's pretty good.
because yeah, because of that reason, I just ran out of time to make updates because you know you have to post every 2 weeks. I have two jobs and I don't have time. So yeah, I need to draw more stuff in advance. And also struggle I can come up with is just like there is like thinking about the story and getting excited about it is one thing, but sitting down and drawing it and like the pace it takes, it takes time for the story to actually unravel. And you can get impatient. I know I am a bit impatient. Um, so that's another struggle. You have to like motivate yourself. Um, because you want to go to the interesting parts, but you know it takes time. So yeah, that's another struggle, I guess. Yeah.
So what's your favorite thing about art?
Yeah, Um, well, I wish I had more time to think this answer through, but I think my favorite thing is that you can communicate through it. Um, you can communicate your own feelings. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm feeling when I draw. And after I draw and I look at it, what I did, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling like this. I'm feeling like that. So for me, what I love about art is just, I think it's an incredible tool to just, you know, just talk and communicate. I also love the fact that you can like, it works in two ways. You can um, put your feelings and thoughts in display and you can see others. So it's pretty awesome. You can just receive the emotion of the other people through the art. You don't even have to talk. You're just looking at their art, and I think that's really amazing. Um, yeah, that's basically it. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, art like whenever I really admire people who are able to do this, but people who evoke feelings through their art. Like even not like just
Yeah.
visual arts, you know, like music too. There's
Yeah,
like yeah,
exactly.
there's like
Yeah,
a really
music.
good artist. His name is Pogo, and he's able to like just get these feelings out
Logo.
of me. It's like nostalgia. I'll send you a link later if you want. I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll love it.
Yeah.
But he's able to evoke these feelings. It's strange. It's like nostalgia. It's like melancholy. It's like sadness, but it's also happy at the same time. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it just makes you
Yeah.
feel while you're listening to it, and I think that's just like that's amazing. Like that's an amazing skill to have.
Yeah. You can really feel that with music as well. I think it applies to any good art, like in any medium, like theater and you know, dance even.
Dance, yeah.
Um,
But personally,
yeah,
do you feel like
I
it's harder to evoke feelings through like visual art, whereas to like something like sound or
um
feeling?
I think at the point that we are today with art, uh, it's like there is so much content and like you could a lot of the art that I consume and I think a lot of people consume is like through social media, like Twitter and Instagram.
True.
Um, yeah. Sorry. And it's kind of like I think it's awesome because you can discover so many people, but on the other hand, you end up seeing so much that you don't really always have the time to process it. You're just sometimes, even I am like scrolling through a drawing and I'm like, wait, I didn't really take it the time to actually like observe this properly. Um, I think that's the main challenge of art today because there is so much of it. Visual art is everywhere because like content is everywhere in general, but visual content mostly. Um, so I think it's a very big challenge to grab someone's attention for long enough for them to actually take the time to think about your art and what it makes them feel. Um, yeah, I think it's pretty difficult nowadays, but it is possible. Um, And also, yeah, there are so many artists that you would never discover if it wasn't for social media. So it has its advantages as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it like while you were talking about like like the scrolling through. I
Yeah.
I did find this post recently that I don't know why, but it actually like made me feel something, which is weird for visual art for me because
Hmm.
usually because like you said, I'm just scrolling through, just like absorbing and consuming stuff. But
Yeah.
it was like this painting of a whale. It wasn't like, don't get me wrong, but it was like it's just a whale. There's nothing special about it. It's just like a whale. And then I think it was more of the text underneath the whale that really hit me. It was so
Hmm.
like, I cannot see
What
you,
was it?
but knowing that you are
Oh,
there makes me happy. I was like, wow. But
oh,
why does that make me feel so
that's
sad? You know?
that's the beauty of art. You can get sad without even knowing
Yeah,
why.
why is this silly
And
drawing
I
of a
love
whale
that.
making me feel sad? I'll send it to you too. I'll send you all
Yeah.
the links after this is done, but
Yes.
it's good.
Awesome. I want to be sad and look at whales. Yeah, like you said, it applies to music as well. It can be like perfectly fine on a certain day, and then this song comes up, and you're like, "Oh, I'm so sad now." Like you're just getting the waves of feelings of empathy. I think that's super awesome. Um, yeah, every once in a while there comes a drawing where you're like, I think it's actually it's making me a bit hopeful because it doesn't matter how much content there is, there will always be like this one drawing that will make you like stop everything and you're like, oh my god, I'm so sad. Look at this whale. Um, yeah.
Well, that's good. That's reaffirming to hear.
So
That's nice.
yeah,
It's like
have
there,
hope,
no
guys.
matter. Yeah,
It's
have hope.
have hope.
You will find your whale eventually. Just keep
You
scrolling.
you will be the whale. Be the whale you
No.
want to see.
Okay. So wait, you see, you've made it to the final question of this interview.
I did.
Yeah,
Oh,
congratulations.
awesome.
Okay, so
Thank you.
any tips for anyone listening?
Um,
But besides the really
well,
good ones you gave, like, keep your old sketchbooks and all that's, like the webcomic stuff too.
oh, I don't really have very like, I don't know, words of wisdom. I think just don't get discouraged. Like everyone says that, so it's nothing new. Like don't give up. I think I already said that, but like if you're feeling frustrated with your art, um, just try to realize that it's because you're improving, because you can see now that something is wrong. Now you can just try to figure out what is it and just move on. Um, and the last thing is just, I don't know, do what you like, draw what you like. Um, I don't know, draw frogs.
It's
Um,
the UC case,
yeah,
straw frogs.
draw what makes you happy. What makes you, yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
actually a
my.
super good tip, the one you gave earlier, where like, if you're getting frustrated, that just means you're getting
Oh
better
yeah,
because you're noticing stuff. I
I
never
thought.
thought about it like that.
Oh yeah,
It's,
I
it's
thought
more
you
like,
were
what's
talking
wrong with
about the
me?
ones with the frogs.
Oh no, I mean that's a good tip too. Draw frogs, everyone. But yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm glad. I hope it will help someone feeling frustrated because we all had that hit that point sometimes. Yeah,
okay, so well, that wraps it up actually. So
yeah.
to
Thank
those
you
there,
so much.
oh, hey, no problem, no problem. Also, to anyone
Yeah.
listening, thank you for listening. And I'd like to thank UC here again for taking the time to interview me. Like, we are in opposite time zones right now. It is like, what? Oh,
Yeah.
well, what time is it for you over there?
Oh, 11 p.m.
11 p.m. It
Yeah.
is it is 1 o'clock
I'm
for me
from the
here.
future.
Yeah.
I'm from the future. Hello. Yeah.
All right, but
I'm super honored. Thank you so much.
no, no,
Like
it's no
I'm.
problem. This has been Open Mic at Open Animation. I'm your host, Ryan, and thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.